Yo, what's up? We are now at Extra Neskollen. It's been a while since we've been here last time. So I don't remember, but since, yeah, you know, it used to be green, now it's blue. This is a new look of what used to be Grønn Kontakt, but now they renamed it to Mer. So I prefer starting from here. We are charging up the car to 90%. We're going to do acceleration test. This is the Model 3 Standard Range Plus rear wheel drive. So on specification it's supposed to do it in 5.6 seconds. So we'll see how fast it is. So we are, as usual, trying to make this as good as possible, same with the other cars. You see, we've been charged to 86% now. I'm going for about 90%, and most cars I just launch one. I just launch and I pick the best one. This one I will actually launch 90%, 80%, 70%, and so on down to 10%. So yes, and also the battery, you can see it down here. ScanMyTesla, 47.5 degrees. So the battery is also nice and hot. And we have, oh yeah, for you guys who are wondering, the tires, also somewhat important. We are using Michelin Pilot Sport 4, and the dimensions are, well, it's a standard 18-inch. It's kind of hard to read here, but it's 235, 45 or 40 something, 18-inch. Same for the front. So now we wait. Yeah, the door is not properly shut. That's a trick I use. You can also use that trick. If you do this, you hear a little click, and then the screens and the heater and whatever stays on. Yeah, because I'm going in and out of the car. So this is not panel gap. There, panel gaps are gone. Launch number 1. Launch number 2. Launch number 3. Launch number 4. Launch number 5. Launch number 6. Launch number 7. Launch number 8. Launch number 9. Alright, we're back now home, and let's take a look at the results. So first I will show you here, we have the Standard Range Plus coming at 5.58 seconds. So it's just slightly slower than e-tron 55, not too bad for rear wheel drive, right? And then, what else should I say? You know, I feel like it's a little bit slow off the line. You can also see it here. It's about neck on neck with e-tron, but if you compare it to, let me see, I have to highlight some stuff here. For example, Raven or something like this. You see how much faster they are off the line. 0.3 seconds versus 0.4 seconds. Let me see if I go even higher up. Yeah, here. This is MC Hammer 0.25. Now we're talking about fast off the line. So I guess that's the downside of rear-wheel drive, is that you can't really get that much speed immediately. But of course, once the wheels start rolling, then it picks up speed. You can also see, I get the feeling that past around 30-40 kilometers per hour, I get like a slightly more punch in the acceleration. But okay, so this is actually the best time I picked. And also, for you guys who are a little bit confused, the 0 to 100 time for Tesla is a bit special than other. Tesla counts with 1 foot rollout, so that's why I also have to check against the spec. But you see, we still sorted the true 0 to 100 from standstill. But according to, I mean, versus spec, then it's actually 0.27 faster, yeah. But okay, but I also made a new spreadsheet. Well, I kind of deleted the old one and made a new variant of it. So here we have the 90 to 10% acceleration test. So far we have mostly Teslas and then only Mach-E. Eventually I will test more cars, 90 to 10%. But I will only pick certain cars that tends to be like performance oriented. So we're not going to test Leaf, for example, here, and not rear-wheel drive ID3, but maybe the all-wheel drive ID4, for example, the one, GTX or whatever it's called. I don't remember. So many names. Sorry, I should have done my homework. But okay, anyway, you see that here. Standard Range Plus comes down here, and it's very consistent. That's what I like. You see, around 5.6 seconds. Okay, a slight drop in speed, but still very consistent. You usually don't feel it that much until you hit around, yeah, even at 20%. Okay, you can feel it a little bit slower, but it's really at 10% you feel the big drop. But as for other cars, yeah, they're like the Model 3 Performance MC Hammer is here. I mean, the car is so fast that, well, actually, to be honest, you also don't feel that much drop here, except for these ones. So, but anyway, you might be wondering, what are these values here? Why is the Model 3 Performance 2021 so slow? Well, for a good reason. You go to detail here. You see, I also recorded the temperature and the maximum power, peak power output. And here you see the problem with the Performance 2021 is that this row here, you see the temperature drops and it scavenges heat from the battery, but it was pretty cold outside when I tested it. But you see that it brought the temperature in the battery pack so low that we started seeing problems in performance. But supposedly that could have been fixed, because the Standard Range Plus also has the same heat pump and the same system, probably shares lots of the same hardware. But you see that in this case, okay, it was hot right after we charged it, but it stayed at around 28 degrees Celsius. And I heard rumors that Tesla has fixed this recently with the software, over-the-air software update. So what we can actually expect then is that if we test the performance, I can borrow it from Bilexperten. They have also a company they're called EV-utleie, and right now the performance is available, so I can grab it and test it. We need to test that if you guys are up for it. But you see that anyway, we're looking at the Standard Range Plus. So the Standard Range Plus peaks at 240 kilowatt. I think I also wrote down here. No, I have it in this spreadsheet. I don't know if you guys noticed that I also included weight now, plus horsepower. Tried to find the horsepower number. This is actually the peak power from that test, from the battery. So okay, there might be a little bit of losses before it ends up at the wheels, but also there are some numbers I'm not sure of. That's the red numbers here, because I haven't tested it, or I haven't weighted the Taycan Turbo and the Turbo S. But at least we also have a horsepower to weight ratio here. But you see that it was 326 horsepower. That's what that's what the battery delivered. But supposedly the motor is only through 285 horsepower, I think. So there's a little bit of losses, of course, by the time it gets to the motor. But let's go back to this one again. No, wait, yeah, this one. So you see, pretty nice speed. I mean, pretty nice power output, and also fairly consistent. The slight degradation or slight drop in power, but very, very even until 10%. So this is very nice, because eventually I need to test Millennium Falcon P85, because with that car I felt like when you were already at 50-60%, it was significantly slower than 90%. You had to be at 90% with hot battery to get the maximum power. So we will see then how it goes. But again, this is also something I start noticing, is that at least most of these cars I test, the Teslas, they have fairly, okay, except for the performance up here, of course, most of them, they have fairly, how they put this, consistent power output through the scale. So I guess people are just stuck in the past that, okay, they tested the P85 in 2013 and they noticed that below 50%, for example, it was going significantly slower, which is true. But you see, you can just see that the numbers here speak for themselves, that if you go for performance, that's the one you should be looking at. It's very consistent. And the same actually goes for the long range, then I call it the non-performance. See, 4.4, 4.5 is slightly slower only, and then only at 10% you usually get this. But this is not only for Tesla. I can show you, if we go back here with the Mach-E, you see that this is all-wheel drive. The reason why I included it is that it's kind of expensive, it's all-wheel drive. There's also a rear-wheel drive version, but this one is like the performance version of the Mach-E. And you see that it's also very consistent through the line until, yeah, well, actually this one actually drops a little bit more, to be honest. You want to have that flat one, but also at the last 10%. Usually at 10%, you can't expect too crazy acceleration. But it would also be fun to try Taycan here, because they claim that it's supposed to be nice and consistent, no matter how many times you launch it, and also how low the battery is. So that's, I want to see that. I need to see how flat it is, really. But I also want to show you something else here. Do you notice that at 90%, that's not the best time. The 80% time is slightly better, at least for Mach-E. And not only that, but here also, this is MC Hammer. For some reason, the 80% time is faster. And also, wait, and then for the Model 3, the Model 3 performance with heat pump, then the best time was actually at 70%. So I just noticed this, and if you at least go to the detail here for Tesla, why is that really? It seems like at night, is it because the tires are not heated up properly? That could be one explanation, because usually when I charge these cars to 90%, the tires, they cool down. And how do I do a heat up run? Because every time you do a heat up run, you lose some battery, and then you have to go back and charge them more. So it could be the tires, or it could also be, well, and then how do you explain this one then, that this one is faster than the previous one? Could just be natural variation, or it could be that maybe, no, I actually don't know. I was thinking also, maybe if the battery is too hot, then the BMS doesn't want you to go too fast or something, because you will potentially, I don't know, you might get a heat spike that pushes the battery temperature above some threshold. Maybe, but that theory I came up with. But then why does the performance Model S have this, and Model X, they have this, preheating of the battery? They call it ludicrous plus mode, where they heat up the battery to 50 degrees. So I don't think that one is the problem. So I actually think it might be the tire. Yeah, tire is my main suspect now. You have no idea how much tires affect your performance and your driving, and the noise and the consumption and the comfort and the stability. Tires, really, people tend to neglect tires, but tires are really important. And I think it's because of tires. We'll see. It just, yeah. But okay, lots of information here. So you probably noticed this one is also in the Teslabjorn public domain spreadsheet that you can use freely for whatever you like. You can just copy it and edit it or do whatever. So yeah. But I've separated them in a separate spreadsheet for now. I might gather them in the main one, but I'm afraid that it will be too messy over here. So yeah. But okay. So interesting. Now, what's gonna come next? Well, I will test the Model 3 performance with heat pump, borrow it from EV-utleie bileksperten and see how it performs. I also send an email to Tesla to ask them if they in fact have updated this or not. So far it's just a rumor that I heard. I don't know for sure if it's true or not. And I will of course do my test and see, at least that's my result of it. And you guys can believe whatever you like, I guess. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.